Alright, so today I'm going to do a front diff service, rear diff service, transfer case, fluid change, and transmission fluid and filter. I've waited a little longer than I should have. The recommended schedules or intervals are like, I think around 20 to 30 for the front and rear diff. I'm not entirely sure on the transfer case, probably close to the same. And the transmission is recommended every 60,000. So I got 97.6. I've been a little leery about changing transmission fluid after you got a bunch of miles on it if you haven't changed it before, just because of what it can do to it. I think I should be alright with this. I've tried to do a little bit of research and I've got some opinions from other people that I feel like they have a good understanding of it. We're going to change it and pray that the Lord will bless it and it continues to run as good as it always has. I was going to do the transmission fluid and I was going to replace the strainer. It's not really a filter, it's just like a metal screen. I ordered this stuff online on eBay, so I got this in, and this to me looks, this looks legit. I've been seeing some videos on fake parts you get online, fake Toyota parts, and it's making me really start to question everything. Six of these came in this box, which, this I feel is legit. It wasn't like it was super cheap, it was kind of expensive, so it makes me think that what I got this is the legit fluid, and I feel good in this. But I just got the filter today. I was waiting on it. I knew it was coming. And this is what I got. And this is how it came. I got, this gasket. There's an O-ring. This black tape I put on here because I cut it open and I put the O-ring back. There's one O-ring in here that would fit around, the neck here. But it don't sit well with me, and I'll be honest with you, I guess right there is how it fit. That just, to me, just don't see how that's packaged good. And, it might be legit. This kit was like 80 bucks off eBay, so, it's in the ballpark of what this strainer would cost. And it might be real. I don't know. And I don't really want to chance it, to be honest with you. So I'm going to forego this filter or screen. I called the dealership. I asked them how much one was. I was just going to go get one today. And they don't carry them, a special order. And he said it was like 80 bucks. And that's what this one was. But he also said that most of the time, the majority of the time, when they do their services on transmissions, it's a drain and refill. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to forego this. I'm going to send this back. And we'll just do a fluid drain and refill. After I watched some of these videos, as you can see, I've kind of got some right here that this is what I used for the oil filter for this 4Runner. And I was watching those videos and I was getting sick in my stomach, because I'm like, if I have been putting in fake stuff, I'm gonna be not well. So I came out here, and from the video I watched, I think the gentleman's name was Car Care Nut. I come out and I looked at these, and this to me looks pretty legit. This little hologram here looks good. It doesn't say made in Japan, it says made in Thailand, which, if I'm not mistaken, is what he had. The box looks decent, it looks good. What's in it fits this vehicle, and the filter itself looked right. And nothing to me looked to be fake, so I'm glad that's turned out to be that way, because I would have been not good. Alright, I got it all raised up. I got this skid pan pulled off here. Here's your drain plug. I already got it broke loose. And here's your fill plug, and I already got it broke loose. So let's drain this out and take a look at the fluid. I can't believe how clean that. Look how clear that is. Looks really good. So there's a side by side. There's the clean fluid, the new fluid rather. And there's the fluid that came out of it again. But still, for that to have 100,000 miles on it, it looks absolutely great. The washers that go on them. This is the old one that come off of it. And I got another. I got a little pack from Amazon that's got all these in it. If you don't have them, I don't think you'll have any issues. I've reused these before, and I never had any problems. But I'm going to try to go ahead and reuse this. And on the end of this is a magnet. It's got some debris, some metal stuck to it here. So let me show you. And that's pretty typical. I mean, that's what you get. That's really not anything to worry about. That's just the function of how these are supposed to work, to help keep any kind of metal out of the gears and of the bearings. So you just want to clean that off. Now if you had a pile of it, or if it was chunks stuck to it, you got some issues going on. And you're probably gonna have some noise while driving it. So, but there's clean. Here's the new sealing washer. We'll just put this back in. I also got this little, I'll show you in a minute, but this is hooked to a little pump that you can stick down in the quart jug. It don't thread to it, but it'll still, as long as you hold it, it'll work. And then you just fill it up. It makes it really easy. I like to let it run out and then just let it even off with the hole, the bottom of the hole. Right there it goes. And then you pull this out. And I really like this little end because it holds it in there for you. Put that right there. Let me see what that feels like. That's my pinky. I mean, it took every bit of it. So it's right there at the bottom of the fill hole. And that's what you want. Then you just put your fill plug back in. I also had the same washers came with it. These little crush style washers. And again, I really don't think it would be an issue if you reused the one you had. I really don't. I could be wrong, but I would do it. Alright, then I'll come back, chain, and I'll torque down the fill plug, which should be 29 foot-pounds. Alright, then we'll tighten the drain plug to 48 foot-pounds. Spray them off. A little bit of brake clean. Then I'll wipe them off. And put the skid plate back on. And the front diff's complete. Alright, moving on to the transfer case. We'll drain this fluid out, fill it up. This one's pretty simple. It's really easy to get to. You got your drain plug here and your fill plug here. Go ahead and take this out. We'll torque this one to 27 foot-pounds. It's got a new washer on it. And the fill plug will be torqued the same. Now, there's a lot of discussion on the fluid for this, and 75 weight's what it's called for straight. This is the same as I put in the front diff and I put in the rear. This is 75/85, and I think we'll be good either way. So I'm gonna roll with this. I'll let you know if it has any issues, but I do not believe that it will. So we'll just fill this up just like we did the front. Alright, that looks like it's nice and full. Alright, there's my new washer. Nice drip, which means it's right at the bottom of this hole. And then we'll torque this 27. We'll spray it off here. Wipe it off. And that one's done. Alright, here's the transfer case fluid. Like I said, this fluid's got like 98,000 miles on it. It's kind of hard to see in camera here. But I mean, it looks really good. As you can tell. And there's the brand new fluid, kind of get a little bit of comparison. But for it to have 100,000 miles on it, I think it looks extremely good. Alright, I'm going to drain out the rear diff. I already got the drain in the fuel plug broke loose. So we get that fuel plug. Even that looks pretty good. I mean, and then here's the drain plug. It's got its normal little mesh of metallic components. Alright, it's drained out good. I got the drain plug and I'm got a new washer on it here. Just put this back in. And the torque is to 27 foot-pounds. And we'll fill it up. Now, if you run the hose off your bottle up and over this sway bar, and then it'll kind of help keep this aimed up so it won't run right back out and just start dripping back out as you're filling it. Alright, I got a full. It's running out. It's right at the bottom of the fuel hole where it should be. See, it's still running out. I'll torque it 27. This is the trans. Here's the fuel plug, so we'll get this took out. Then I'll go ahead and pull the drain plug, let all this drain down to a trickle. We'll get our drain plug put back in, and then we'll see how much we drained out, and we'll put that back in new. Still looks pretty good, better than what I was expecting. I got a graduated pan here. Well, if you look, you can, I don't know if you can see on camera, but it's in liters, which is pretty close to a quart. 2, 3, 4, 5. That way I can put back in it just a little over what I get out of it. Alright, I don't know if you can see, but that's 5, 4. It's just over the 3. So we want to put just a little over 3 quarts back in it, and we'll do the fluid check. Well, we got our hose in right here in the fill plug, or in the fill hole, and then we're just going to go ahead and put in. I'm going to put in, like I said, like a little over 3 quarts. This fluid check procedure needs to go pretty smoothly because you got to have time frame that you need to make sure it's checked within. So we got automatic transmission oil temperature. It's 79 degrees right now. So you're going to start it up and run it through reverse to low 1, back to reverse, back to low 1, back to reverse. Do that a couple times, and then back to park. Leave it running, leave it in park, and then we'll go under and check the fluid once it gets within 95 degrees, between 95 and 120 degrees. I'm going to probably go under at about 110. So we'll just kind of split that somewhere right in the middle. Alright, we're at 108, let me see, 107, 108 degrees Fahrenheit. With the scan tool, so we'll go ahead and put this check point out. We got it in park with it running. I just want this to drain down, and it's just a trickle. Right there should be good. Put the check point back in. Torque everything down. Clean it off. Just so you know what I was using to do this, for the front differential, the rear differential, and the transfer case, I used the 7585 from Redline. It's fully synthetic. And for the transmission, I used the OEM ATFWS from Toyota. So this took about 3 quarts, a little over 3 quarts. I got 7, so what I'm going to do is at 130,000, I'm going to drain and refill it again. The front diff I think took about 1.5, 1.6. The rear took about 3. I'm thinking about 3, and the transfer case took about a quart. So I bought 8 of these, and I got just a little over 2 full quarts left. That's just so you know about how much you need to order. And then, like I said, I ordered 7 of these. I got 3, but they will get used. Also, this was the pump that I'd got. If you look on Amazon, you'll find it. It's not hard to find. It'll pull up a bunch of them, but this one come with 2 extensions. It had a little bit longer one, but I had the shorter one on right here all the time. It doesn't thread onto these, either one of these bottles. It doesn't thread into either one, but it'll sit down in there all the way up to here, which is perfect. And then you can just, as you need it. And it worked great. It didn't make a mess. It's got this nice piece on the end to stay in the hole without popping out and falling all over the place. So definitely get one of those if you're going to do this. So I'm going to let it down, take off in it, go drive it a little bit, test drive it, make sure everything feels good, sounds good. Bring it back in, peek under it, make sure I don't see anything leaking or dripping. and we'll chalk it up as done.